Alrighty. Hey guys, it's Dana and it's Tuesday, so we're going to talk about money. And today I want to talk about some non-baby step items. So let's get into that. So if you follow Dave Ramsey, then you know all about the baby steps. Baby steps are his 7 baby steps. Baby step 1, save $1,000. Baby step 2 is to pay off all consumer debt. Baby step 3, save a fully funded emergency fund. There's a whole bunch of baby steps, 7 baby steps. So there are some things though that I have heard him say that are non-baby step items. And that means things that it doesn't matter where you're at in the baby steps with these particular things. And I think that the first one is really important, I think, because it's something that a lot of us struggle with. We just had Mother's Day recently, if you're watching this video timely. And when you're thinking about growing your family or having children, you might be thinking, we're still in debt. We're still in debt. Does that mean we should wait to have our babies till we're out of debt? Which baby step does having children fall into? And I love that Dave Ramsey always says that babies come when they come. And it doesn't matter which baby step you're in. You can be in baby step 1, just trying to save your starter emergency fund. He says that babies come, when God gives them to you, and it doesn't matter which baby step you're at. So babies, that's a big thing. So he also says marriage. He says that getting married too is not something you would wait for until after you get out of debt. He says, you get married. When you get married and then you combine your incomes, you combine your debt, it's not a baby, it doesn't hinder on which baby step you're in. Life insurance. If you don't have life insurance and you have people who depend on your income, then it doesn't matter, again, which baby step you're at. It's important to get life insurance, and that's life insurance outside of your work. So if your work furnishes a certain life insurance for you, my work gives 4 times my annual income. I think my husband's is 5 times, but additional life insurance, a term life insurance policy if you have dependents, people who depend on your income, because it is so important in case something happens. You wouldn't want to leave your children vulnerable. So getting a term life insurance policy of 8 to 10 times your income, 15 to 20-year term policy is so important outside of your work, because if you lose your job and then you have some kind of medical crisis, you might not qualify for life insurance, or that 5 times really isn't enough. You're underinsured if you have 4 to 5 times your annual. So you want to get more, so you have to beef that up. So that's not a baby step item. Following along those same lines is your will. Everybody should have a will. Everybody should have a will. And so I think that it's worth the money. So you can get online, you can get wills are state specific. So you want to make sure you're getting a will done that's for your state. But hiring an attorney to get a will done isn't going to cost you that much money, and it's worth it. It doesn't matter which baby step you're in. If you don't have a will, it's good to go do it. And I think revisit your will every 3 years, or if you have a life event, if you have a new child, then it's important to go back to your will, take a look at it, make sure it's up to date. And that's in a spot where people can find it, in a safe spot where your kids aren't gonna doodle on it. Health insurance. Health insurance is so important to have it. Well, it's the law, right? So we all need to have health insurance, but you don't want to not have health insurance, because I think medical bills is one of the largest factor that comes into play with people who declare bankruptcy. If you have some kind of major event where you need to go into the hospital, it can really literally break you financially. Medical bills are no joke. They can be enormous. They can come on fast and furious. So if you don't have health insurance, you need to get it soon. And it doesn't matter which baby step you're in. And then lastly is identity theft protection. So this is kind of like, this isn't really as necessary. However, I think it is. We do have identity theft protection on our entire family, the kids, myself, especially myself, because I am an online personality, and so I have that in place. But also because I have been the victim of identity theft, And so I know how important it is. People can take your Social Security number. They can file taxes in your name. They can even duplicate your driver's license. You could have the cops coming after you literally if they are involved in crime using your name, and then you get pulled over and they think you've done something you haven't. And it takes a lot of time, energy, and money to go through the process of sorting that out to prove that it wasn't you. Of course, you're not liable in the end when somebody steals your identity, but it's still going to cost you a lot of money if they clear out your bank account, if they file taxes in your name, what have you. So identity theft protection is something that I think is important to save us money. And like I said, time and heartache. If something were to happen, we have somebody a caseworker that will be assigned and who will help us resolve the issue and get it sorted out. So I think that's really important. And again, it doesn't matter which baby step you're in. It's really not expensive at all to pick up a identity theft protection policy. So if you are fretting about when to have babies, I just love that one. I think it's so important because I think a lot of us want to have babies, want to grow our family, and it might be disheartening to think, oh, I have all this debt, we can't have children, the children are going to be so expensive. And babies are expensive, but I do think that they come when they come. If you are blessed with a pregnancy, it is just that. It is a blessing. It's a miracle each and every time. So I don't think it's something that I don't think that decision should be made whether or not you have debt or not. So if there's some other things that you have heard Dave talk about, Dave Ramsey, that it doesn't matter which baby step you're in, leave it down below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if it's your first time here, I'm here every single Tuesday talking all about money. We are a family of 6 and we live in the Philadelphia area. And I will talk to you guys in the next video.